Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and it's been a little while since I've played, so hopefully we're still feeling it here. But we are going to get back to some 101%, and there's a couple of things that I missed that I am going to quick go grab so I can show you the location of them. And because I just want to grab them. We're going to start by going down here. Now, to be fair, there are things that I can grab over there with the Forge Daughter, but I don't have enough rosaries, but I will unlock the path for it. By the way, as far as how the Steel Soul playthrough is going, I've actually had a couple of losses on it. Like as someone pointed out on my Discord, that is not an easy task. Owie. Although I think the last loss that I had on that is the one that's tripping me up the most, because I had the Fractured Mask, and I still had it active, and yet somehow something just killed me right through it. So either I took a hit that I didn't realize, or the game glitched up, and, well... But yeah. Alright, so obviously there are three things here that we're definitely going to want. Mostly because they contribute to 100%, but also because, at least for the time being, Sting Shard is really good. You could say that it's just a good tool in general. I just have preferences that basically require me to... Not require me, but... You know, I just like other things better than Sting Shard. That doesn't mean it's not good, it just means I have preferences. This is useful for any area involving fire, and there's plenty of reason to want to grab it. And the crafting kit is just all tools are stronger. And all of those things are required for 101% anyway. Go talk to Ballo. Oh, are you now? Yeah, that's what you get. But yes, there are clearly things here that I want from the Forge Daughter, but we need rosaries. And that is kind of the crux of... Oh wait, no, there's other things down here. But that's kind of the crux of how a lot of things go in Silksong is you're going to need rosaries. How many rosaries? All the rosaries. And that is no exaggeration. You're just going to need all the rosaries. Also, that hurt. Get down here, you bastard. Alright, is this? Yes. I do believe that there is a Spool Fragment in here that I didn't pick up last time I played, so, you know, just going back and making sure that we're getting that. Now, if you don't have the Magma Bell, you need to make sure that you're jumping frequently in order to... Dang. You need to make sure you're jumping frequently in order to not take damage from the burning floor. And frankly, if you do, you still need to be jumping frequently, it's just you need to be jumping less frequently. There we go, that is our first full Spool Fragment. Or Spool Extension. I'm sorry, that was our second Spool Fragment. there anything over here? I mean, there's a guy I can just slam my face into. You there, give me your rosaries! Alright, and that treasure chest isn't incredibly important, but hey, if you need shards, there it is. And you more than likely just came from the lace fight, you're probably going to want at least a few shards. Owie. Oh, I am being stupid. Yeah, maybe this is why I keep failing my Steel Soul run. He just takes all the stupid damage. I don't understand. Alright, well let's go forward. Let's make our way into the far fields, and yes, those creatures are a part of the Hunter's Journal, so even though it just looked like I just murdered some innocent birds, I murdered innocent birds for good reason. And Riku and Cecil are just gonna have to deal with that. They're just gonna have to forgive me for being a douche. Okay, so we can't get up here without cling grip, so we are going to put a marker in this room just to remind us to come back later. There you go. These guys are actually not bad for rosaries. They're worth about 13 each, and the guys with the big skull helmets and the glaives are worth, what are they worth? 26 each? Okay, well, apparently 25, but you know what? That ain't bad. But, as you can see, we've got Chakra coming up, so we're going to be spending much of what we just earned purchasing Chakra's maps. Also, Chakra is friend. And because Chakra is friend, we defer our treasure to her in order to help her with her life goals. Okay, so there is a Bellway station up here. Oh, I'm being stupid. Hold on. Yay, smart! I am not claiming to be a great Hollow Knight player. Mostly because I do stupid shit like that. There you go, don't forget your warding bell. Now, for me, the warding bell is a good tool to have early on in the game. I don't use it a lot later on, but that doesn't mean that it's useless. It just means that for my builds, it generally doesn't see play in the like final throes of the game. But that doesn't mean that other people won't find more use for it. mean, obviously, it's at the very least decent. Hey, there's a giant robot back there. Wonder if that's going to come into play later. Yay, I'm smart. There we go. Let's go talk to this person here.
That's fine.
Like I said, if you guys want to check out the text boxes, then by all means, feel free to slow down. I'm not necessarily just completely skipping past them, but I've seen the story a few times. I know what's going on. Alright, Flexile Spines Wish. Let's show you where to get those spines, as if you have a lot of choices. And they're all going to be over here. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is hit these guys once, then hit their spines after they hit the ground, and then don't do what I do there. Be patient. Let them recover their spines, and then hit them again. So we'll do it right over here. So hit this guy once. Now we do it again. And there we go. Just grab as many spines as you can. We need a total of 25 of them. Look, big roly-poly dude. Who clearly isn't very good at this. Little grasshopper thing. Now, so long as this is marked on the map, and for the most part it is, where is Hornet? Oh well. This is just another area we're gonna have to come back to. This one will be easy enough to remember because it'll be one of the stops we make after we get the needle in. That wasn't smart. Why did I do that? I'm not the biggest fan of the idea that this one is right above a pit of spikes, so you can't get many spine cores. Owie. It looks like we've got all the spine cores that we need. Let's head back to the seamstress. Ugh. And yeah. This is more so just to show you guys that this area does kind of loop around. Also, low effort rosaries. Certainly not free, but hey. Owie. How dare you? Oh, wait a minute. Did I miss something over here? Well, I mean, a rosary string isn't a big deal, but... I mean, hey, every little bit helps, right? So, yeah, don't forget about that rosary string. Especially early game, you're gonna need lots of rosaries. And as I said before, for whatever reason, my cutscenes don't play properly, so you get to see another bit of evidence of that. You see how slowly they play and how off sync the sound effects are? Like, maybe it's hard to hear over me yapping, but it's a thing that I deal with. There you go, there's the Drifter's Cloak.
Hasbin?
Parida Sia.
There we go.
Elobe.
Cadestre.
Parida Sia.
Nesvir?
Yes, weavers and silk and
Elobe.
crazy assholes and Citadel jerks. Yeah, I think it's rather obvious that one of the bits of subtext in Silksong is about how religion can corrupt. I don't think I need to elaborate too much on that. And a game with a message like that takes me back to playing Breath of Fire 2 and where the same sort of story was a thing, where it's like, oh, the established church is psychotic and evil? No shit. But in that game, it wasn't exactly super obvious, because all throughout the game, they've just been this force existing in the background. Oh, spoiler alert for Breath of Fire 2, by the way, in case, some of you haven't played a 30-year-old game. There's Mask Fragment number 3. Like, I say that, but I also know that people still get upset with you if you spoil the big Final Fantasy VII spoiler. So let's just not do that. Let's just be respectful of the idea that not everyone has played the same games. But yeah, if you are interested, go back and check out Breath of Fire 2. I love that game. Oh my god, the big robot in the background is a thing we had to think about. Go figure. Fortunately, the fourth chorus is an impressive boss, but not super hard. Slap. Meow. Okay, I thought for sure I was going to be able to get away from that. Well, I almost no-hit fourth course. And yes, I do know about the air currents. I'm just trying to beat fourth course through pure violence. Hey, don't complain to me, fourth course. You're the one who woke up and chose violence. And there we go. So yeah, you don't need to drop the rocks on him, but, you know, it is absolutely a possibility, and if I'm being honest, it probably would have ended the fight faster. But I just wanted to beat him up. Why? No particular reason. Because here in Farloom, many problems are solved via violence. Alright. Now, let's go over here, spend some rosaries to unlock both the bench and the bellway. Because there is an item that we missed that we're going to go back and get. And so long as we're here, I just want to quick show you guys something. I mean, first of all, you can bounce off the bells. But there is a pathway over here that guides us to this. The problem is, this air vent is incomplete, so this is another area where we need Cling Claw. So, mark it. Friend! Friend! Alright, let's go back to the Marrow, because we missed some things. And by some things, I mean one thing. Let me make sure of where it is. I think... Let me double check. Yep, I see it. Alright, so we're just gonna go straight right from here. Fortunately, the dash pants make this a lot easier. I'm about to sneeze. Pardon me. Now, for whatever reason, I didn't think to come over here and finish looking. But there is a boom block down here, and yes, I know it's not called a boom block. But you blow that up, and then come down here and grab another Craftmetal. So that's 2 Craftmetals so far. And I honestly could have gotten that way earlier, but I screwed up. Alright, so... Now... By the way, where am I going? Oh, just away. I'm going away. No, we actually just want to go back to the Bellway. How dare you? Friend! Alright, let's go back to Farfields. Alright. And now we just proceed to go up. Ah. Look, it's Sherma.
Fadastama.
Oh, he's so naive. Alright, so for those of you who don't know, at Pilgrim's Rest, you can go ahead and enter this door. And then I recommend immediately looking up and smashing that locking device. Because this guy over here is a prick. Yeah, Mort. I am not a fan of Mort. Alright, so he's got 3 things that I want. A memory locket, a tool pouch, and weighted belt. Unfortunately, not enough rosaries for any of them. Are you starting to understand why I say we need all the rosaries? I have not picked up a simple key. Alright, so next thing we need to do is open the path further forward, but in just a little bit here, I'm going to stop and show you a rosary farm that I particularly like. Alright, so let's go back down. Alright, so from the Pilgrim's Rest, you just go over here. Look, it's one of these guys. Now, if we go down here, is one of these guys. Now, admittedly, these guys are kind of rough to deal with when you have no needle upgrades, but when you're desperate for rosaries, you do what you gotta do. Now, we're gonna come over here, forget about this bug, and take some unnecessary damage. Break the wall here. Now if we go up here, is another one of the big guys, and some more free rosaries, which unfortunately you can only get once. And now, finally, we come down here, over to the right. Trip over this dumbass. And now if we come down here, it's this spot where we fought 2 of these guys at once. Again, it's not easy. I am not in any way saying this is an easy rosary farm. It's just the one that we have access to that's, the earliest, that's around the most effective, but I also know that there's a rosary farm in Greymoor that I will show you as well, so don't fret. But with 265 rosaries, let's go ahead and save and quit. And we'll just go right back to Pilgrim's Rest. Alright, we will happily take that weighted belt now. Yes, that's better, sharing your devotion with me. Blah, 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 blah. Shut the hell up. Alright, weighted belt. Alright, this is probably a good time to go ahead and show you guys the Greymoor Rosary Farm. Plus, there are things in Greymoor that I want, but I'll show you the Rosary Farm first, especially since I need a lot of rosaries. Owie. Alright, off to Greymoor. Now, I'm gonna recommend that you go to the right first so that you can meet up with Chakra. I know there's no way Chakra can know this, but she's not a child. Alright. As you can see, we've got a lot to explore in Greymoor, so let's go ahead and get to the Rosary Farm, because there's a good chance that, at least for a little while, what I'm about to show you is probably the best Rosary Farm in the game. It's just not the one you have the earliest access to. Also, don't forget to look down here. There are secrets. It's Hollow Knight. There's always secrets. If we go this way first, we find a bone scroll. Then if we go this way, we find a dead end, which is exactly what you would expect. Ow. Alright, so here we are at the halfway house, and we see our first craws. Which, I don't know what type of bug these are supposed to be. They look like crows, so whatever, I'm just going with that.
Miofene?
Alright, so we're gonna go up here, talk to Nu, and get our hunter's journal.
Nesvir?
And there we go. And now we have access to our bestiary. Alright, so we'll use this again. So the farm is from this bench. We now go this way out of the halfway house, back over here, and we just slap the crap out of these three as fast and as reliably as we can. It's not worth the largest amount of rosaries, but it is about the safest method. Now, each cycle through this is worth... I don't know, let's find out together. I know you're only worth 5. Or what was that one worth? 20, or was that still with the initial 5? Then you're worth 9. Basically, it's not even worth one of the big dudes, but it's way safer. Alright, so yeah, those guys are the guys with the bell hammers are worth 15. You're worth 9. You're worth 5. So it's worth 29 rosaries each time you do this. Like I said, it's not the most, but it is quick. And considering how many rosaries you need, especially during the early part where you only have like substandard, well, I say substandard, enemies to farm rosaries off of, you do what you can. Let's get ourselves up to... Oh yeah, that's right. You have to rest at the bench to reset them. Run, Hornet, run! Alright, let's get 300 rosaries. Owie. Shut up. Alright, one more cycle, and then we're going to go back and grab a couple of items after we find the next Bellway station. Alright, now we're going to move on to the next Bellway station. We're also going to try to... Pardon me. We're also going to try to find Garmond and talk to him. But first, prepare for another arena. Silksong is full of these, and sometimes you just have to deal. It's not an issue for me because I like engaging with this game's combat. I suck. Owie. Oh yes, that was an asshole. But I'm pretty sure Garmond is up here, so... Don't worry, we'll deal with that asshole later. There's Garmond, but we have to be able to reach him first. If you ask me, these enemies have been watching a little bit too much Kill la Kill. Thing is, these enemies are worth 18 rosaries each, so definitely worth it to take them out. Now we can go over here and talk to Garmond.
Oh, hola! Ah, mamido!
Magina fora.
Oh, goro! Oh, hola!
Something of an altercation!
Yanara.
Ah, osim.
To demand their answer. By force, if necessary! That's our guy.
Mascara gore.
Pasfine.
Lelos bararin.
Cadestre.
Alright, there we go.
Lelos bararin.
Cool. Alright, so that is our first meeting with Garmond. Don't worry, Garmond's a bro. Unlike this mouse. Come on. Also, yes, don't worry, I'm going to double back for the... I'm going to double back for the Bellway station, I haven't forgotten. But, while we're here, why don't we go ahead and get ourselves another crest? I know for a lot of players, this crest was absolutely the thing that carried them through much of the game. So many of you probably already know which crest we're coming for. Look, scissors losers. And wormy guy. I find these worm enemies to be really neat. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just weird, because I know other people are saying, like, they're some of the worst enemies in the game. I'm just like... And there we go. There we go. And that should be the Crest of the Reaper. Yes. So the thing about the Reaper is that it's got long range attacks, albeit rather slow attacks. See what I mean? It's also got a very respectable downwards attack, but again, it's slow. But there is absolutely no harm in using the Reaper Crest. It's just not my preferred, but it does have my favorite dash attack in the game. Mostly because it just leaves you positioned for follow-ups. Alright, let's go ahead and go back and hit up the Bellway station now, especially since I need a bench to put on my other crest. That's Garmond again. Those guys are also worth 19. Come to me, my big friend. Alright, let's go ahead and go back to Deep Docks, because we want to purchase some goodies from the Forge Daughter. And, yep, I'm in the right spot. Also, I need a bench. Oh, I have to pay for this bench, don't I? Ew. Oh no, I already unlocked it, okay. Now, how many memory lockets do I have? Because I still need to use memory lockets in order to get gifts from a different character later. You know what? I had that coming. Alright, Miss Forge Daughter. I would like to purchase a Sting Shard. And then I would like to purchase a Magma Bell. And that takes up our first 2 Craftmetals. And then I would like a crafting kit. Yeah, that pretty much depletes the Forge Daughter's inventory. But it gives us a lot more stuff to work with. And by that I mean 2 more things to work with. Which, honestly, if you ask me, is good enough. Now, I like to put Sting Shard on down, but it's not necessary. You put it wherever you want. I'll put that on just because we can. Owie. Friend! Look, it is me again! Alright, so now we will go back to Greymoor and we'll explore in the other direction. We'll find some things over there. As there are certainly 2 things over in Greymoor that we definitely want. And from you, we want rosaries. Wormface! Well, no, you're not Wormface. You don't cause Deathblight. Yeah, the whole point of coming over here is to find another tool and, hey, maybe some other things that we might need. Take that. Oops. I accidentally pressed attack at the same time as jump. I was trying to hover. Squawk. Alright, Chakra is gone to do her own thing. Totally fine. More craws. By the way, as much as I like real-life crows, these guys bother me. Then again, I think it's safe to say that just about any flying enemy in this game is a real nuisance. And the craws even have their own pin fighters. It's not fair. Crazy sword guy. That's what you get. Alright, so now we have to enter here if we want to get anywhere. Alright, and up here. Alright, we've got Craw Arena, as well as this annoying asshat. Look, it's you. As much as I love birds in real life, birds in video games are usually jerks, and this room definitely proves why. Owie! Man, I almost went through that entire thing no hit. Oh well. Alright, so now we have those balloons outside that we can go and bounce off of in order to gain altitude. Yes, I need to fight you in order to complete your journal entry. I mean, yeah, if you want to be dumb. Oh, hey, there's a flea over here. Let's go rescue that little guy. Hey, buddy, don't worry. I'm coming for you. I have to come for you from the other side. Why do you even want to guard a flea? Like, what do you get out of this, Mr. Craw? Do you get some sort of satisfaction out of trying to keep me from getting to a flea? Is it a sense of pride and accomplishment? Flea! I'm pretty sure that's flea number 4, if I'm not mistaken. I'm dumb. Yes, that is flea number 4. Now, the reason why we're coming over here is, for one, more free rosaries. But two, because there's actually one of the bells needed to open up the grand gate at the Citadel is over here, and it's not exactly super well telegraphed. So let's just go ahead and hit that now while we've got a moment. So this is Citadel Gate Bell number 3, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, now let's head back over this direction. Because there is more to find over here than just a flea. Oops. Hello, sir. Okay. This is mostly just for the Hunter's Journal and for the Rosaries. And I know those guys are a pain in the ass to fight, but you're gonna tell me you're gonna turn down 18 rosaries? Come on now. Look, it's Assassin Bird. Come on, come over here. There. Now, let's come over here. Owie. You know what? I had that coming. And this should be the Threefold Pin. Definitely a very useful tool. And this should be Threadstorm. So yes, two very useful skills. Well, a very useful skill and a very useful tool. Let me just make sure that I'm not missing anything in this particular area. Right, so then what about this? Alright, cool. Just wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing anything of importance. Oh, hi. Now, they threw both of these guys here as a means for you to, like, try out your new skill. The Crest that I built for myself has no skill slot, so we just kind of leave that be. But trust me when I say Threadstorm is very much a top-tier skill. Oh, hi. So now that we've got all that going on... Oh, hey, you know what? There's a shortcut that we can unlock. At least I think there is. Oh my god. Alright, so I am going to take a bit of a detour now. In order for this detour to be worth something, I need to have 500 rosaries. Fortunately, we're very close to that, and honestly, let me check here. Yep, still need to slaughter a few more innocent pilgrims. I say that partially as a joke, but partially because, I mean, the haunting has turned them into just mindless... mindless things in general, really. There we go. Uh-oh. I think I might need to sneeze again. Pardon me. I apologize for that. I'm not trying to put you guys off by, like, sneezing into the mic all the time. Alright, so long as we're here, why don't we go exploring over in this direction? I made a stupid. Alright, so now if we climb up here... Well, if we climb up here, we get nowhere, because this is where I already was. However... There we go. Memory Locket, perfect. Ow. Hey, get back. I mean, you can just do that. It wasn't necessarily what I had in mind. Would have had the same result, though, so... Alright, so let's go ahead and actually forget that that was a thing. How dare you? There's a little bit of a lore item in case you want to go back and read that. Hold on, aren't I supposed to be able to go through here? Yes, I am. Alright, now let's go back to Bone Bottom. The way I look at it, we are mostly using our nail for our damage, so why not go grab something that makes our nail that much more potent and useful? Also, here, I'll donate the materials. And we'll also take the Volatile Flint Beetles quest. It is worth a memory locket and definitely worth your time. And we just purchased our first simple key. No, you're right, Pebb. Your path will surely be a simple one. Unfortunately, yes, good sir, the pilgrims are nuts. Now let's go ahead and go to where we're going to use that simple key. Good friend, I require travel. Wait, I went to the wrong spot. Ugh. Forgive me for not being perfect. Alright, now we go straight to the right. And this is where I choose to use my first simple key. Now, let me just double check what I can find here, because I know the big thing I want to find. Make no mistake, I already know the big thing I'm looking for down here. Okay. I wish to remind you that these are all things that I found on my own. I am simply making doubly sure that I have the right locations to show you all. Because unfortunately, unlike Super Metroid, I haven't memorized this Metroidvania yet. Owie. Hey, look at that, a shard bundle. It's nothing that I'm going to necessarily label, but I mean, at least there was something down here to find. He's going to jump back up here. Eventually. Alright, come on. Owie. Perfect. Well, kind of. If you ignore the idea that he, like, slapped me in the face earlier. Oh, I hate these things. And here is our big prize, the Flintslate. And trust me, that thing is a prize. But before we leave this area... was silly. Hey, Symbol Crasher. God damn! But that's okay, because that was worth a Craftmetal. And we can't do anything here until we have claw line, so let's go ahead and mark this on our map to remind us that we need to come back later. I don't know if there's anything else here that I can really do now. But I can shortcut the hell out of here. Look at that, we're in Farfield now. Isn't that amazing? And I think it'll be worth taking a stop in the Pilgrim's Rest. Come on. There we go. Sherma has moved on, and unfortunately this poor pilgrim has been overtaken by the haunting. Alright, so let's go ahead and take that off, put that on, take that off, put that on. And we're solid. I do not have enough rosaries to pick up the tool pouch, which is what I really want. But I will pick up the memory locket. Oh, and... yeah, we're going to be coming back to that after we have the cling grip. Alright, and this actually is a good time to quick check. And, yep. Don't have a ton of time left on the recording. So what I will do... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to quick nab enough rosaries to get that tool pouch upgrade. Yeah, try not to do that, because rosaries break if they hit spikes. Kind of like Mega Man. Oh, speaking of which, did you guys hear about Mega Man Dual Overdrive? Like, I don't know how many of you cared about the Game Awards, but I have a friend who shared that with me because they know I'm a giant Mega Man fan. So, yeah, we basically have Mega Man 12 confirmed, and I am hyped. I know it's not coming until 2027, but I'm hyped. Let's see if by then gaming is still a thing. Between publisher greed and AI companies basically buying out all of our RAM, there's a good chance that gaming might not really be much of a hobby in a few years unless something changes, but that is a story for an entirely different video. Alright, now we just go right back to the Pilgrim's Rest bench. Alright, so one more run through should be enough. Hey, those like birds aren't there. Owie. Hold on, I missed one of the enemies that I normally farm. Whoops. Remember, we just spent a bunch of shards to help out Flick, so make sure you get your shards back. There, that was a good fight. There, now we can afford that pouch upgrade.
They are dead. Medenya horrible.
Alright. Let's go ahead and hit up the Bellway, and we're going to go back to Greymoor. The next boss that's on our list was infamous within the community just because of how difficult of a time people had with this boss. I don't necessarily share that same sentiment. I do find this boss to be probably easier than the community sentiment. That having been said, let's not get too holier than thou. This boss did end my last Steel Soul run. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun putting this bastard in his place. Also, real quick, let me check something. Oh, I'll get that in due time. Hey. How dare you do sneaky butt stuff? Oh, that's right. Okay. Let's go ahead and knock out this Ryoko wannabe. Come on. Hey, this guy with the staff. Oh, I just knocked him down. Alright, we already got the Crest of the Reaper, so... Yeah, I heard you. Hey. I guess that was too short of a hop. Alright, y'all ready for Moorwing? I know I am. I don't think so. And there he goes. See ya, sucker. Yeah, you're nothing but fried chicken. Or fried locust. Whatever the fuck you are. And I just want to double check where I am. Okay, cool. And we're about to enter Bellhart. And remember, choppy, slow cutscene, so I'm going to skip this one. Wanted, Bellhart! That's not what we wanted. That's scary. But I think this is a good time to call it a, or to give it a rest for the time being. As per usual, I want to thank you for coming and spending your free time here with me today. I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate the chance to get to play this wonderful game with you all. So again, thank you very much. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and you take care of yourself.